Joy. You're 16.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I met this guy, and he's 22, and I met him on a youth event on Halloween.
What does that mean? Youth event.
My youth group went somewhere, and I met him there.
What does that mean, youth group?
High school youth group with my church.
A church group, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and I met him at a sports center. He worked there.
He wasn't part of. He wasn't one of the youth group people.
He wasn't one of the youth group people.
All right.
Okay, and we met, and we totally hit it off, and we were flirting all night. And I got his phone number, and we talked, and he's interested in me, and I'm interested in him, and I want to start a relationship, but not like right now, but...
He's 22.
Huh?
He's 22.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah, he just turned 22, and I'm almost 17, though.
Joy?
It's like less of a...
All right, that's that account for like 4 years?
Yeah.
He just turned, and she's about to?
Joy, you're a junior in high school. He should be graduated from college.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's not.
Probably.
Not if he's working at the batting cage.
Right.
Where'd you take the youth group to?
It was the Pacific Sports Center in Puyallup.
What do you do there?
Huh?
What goes on at the sports center?
What does he do?
He works at the batting cage and...
oh, my God.
That was...
Oh, my God.
That
was
solid.
a spiritual moment.
He's a baseball player.
Thank you.
How bizarre that you came up with that.
Oh, yes.
That's
yes,
bizarre.
my child.
That is bizarre.
I sneak one of those out every once in a while. Yeah, batting cage is very random. I think in the 3 years I've done this show, I've never heard of anyone who worked at a batting cage.
No.
And normally, even employee.
I was thinking it was a dance or something, like he was serving refreshments. You had him pegged for the batting cage.
Okay. Joy?
Yeah?
Yeah. It didn't strike you as interesting that I said batting cage? Hold on, let me explain our listeners, by the way. She knew that he worked at the batting cage, so that when I said batting cage, it wasn't impressive to her because she knew that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
If I had called out the guy's first name, she wouldn't have batted an eye because
in her world,
she knew it in her world.
Yeah, you should know it too.
I should know it too, right? I said, this guy works at the batting cage, and she went,
yeah, batting cage. And then also...
she didn't say anything. And then later on, I said, where was it, or what did he do? And she said, worked at the batting cage. I didn't even know. She must have thought it was peculiar that I asked again.
And he's still got the one leg. Is that right? Okay.
Joy?
Huh?
So he wants to play professional baseball?
He's a minor league baseball player.
Okay. And he's working at the cage, while he's between pitches.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's too old for you.
Okay.
And I'm sorry that you're attracted to him, and I know how it is, and you're probably mature enough and all that kind of stuff. And it's got to be tough for women because, she sounds pretty mature.
The problem is, Joy, is that if he is going out with you, there's something wrong with him by virtue of his willingness to date somebody that young. There's something up.
So automatically, if someone...
somebody that should be starting their professional career, dating somebody who's in the middle of their high school life, you're in no position to judge whether that's appropriate behavior because he's way outside of your peer group.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody of his peer age would look at that as bizarre.
Okay.
Okay, and it would wonder what's the matter.
Maybe not to his buddies, his colleagues, I should say, at the cage. Do you have colleagues when you work at a batting cage? It's like the guy who hands the helmets out. Would he be a colleague? No. Joy?
Hmm?
Okay, we don't give it our blessing.
Okay.
All right, just find a nice young guy.
Young guys aren't interesting.
Well,
they're not interesting?
No.
Yeah, they are. All right, maybe they're not, but why don't you dumb yourself up a little, and humble yourself, and get a nice young guy?
All right.
All right?
Okay.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah. She's into this guy.
nothing we say will matter.
No. She's going to drop like 75 tokens over there in the slow pitch cage. Ron?
Hey.
You're 21?
Yep.
What's up?
Hey, this is a question for Dr.
Hold on a second. No? Okay, go ahead, Ron.
All right. My question is, Dr. Drew,
Yeah.
after I have sex with my wife, she's 21, after I have sex with my wife, the smell of sex makes me want to vomit.
The smell of sex?
Yes.
After you have sex?
Right.
Yeah, well, it should. It's a disgusting thing you're too engaged in. Especially you guys. Look at yourselves. Look in the mirror. It's disgusting.
Yeah. And my other question for you, All right. My wife had a tubal done in February. All right.
Had a tubal pregnancy?
Huh?
Had a tubal pregnancy, or she had a tubal ligation?
She actually had a tubal after she had our baby son.
She had the tubes tied. Okay,
yeah,
got
she
it.
had her tubes tied.
I know what I love about. Here, watch. Here, watch. I'll be the car. Wife had a tubal.
Did she have a tubal ligation or tubal pregnancy?
She had it after my son. That's what I love. It's like, well,
So is the son still in
you
it
give
too?
them an A or B.
They give you nothing.
They give you a third option that you didn't put in there. All right. So your wife owns a tuba.
Oh, not a tuba, a tubal. After she had her tubes tied.
How many children have you guys had?
Huh?
How many children have you guys had?
We
And did
have
they all talk like you?
One girl and one boy.
One
girl,
boy.
one boy. All right.
That's all we asked for.
You keep them away from each other now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But she's like a month and a half late on her period, and possibility that she can be pregnant.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there is a possibility. Tubal ligations are not 100%. Did they just tie them, or they cut them and burn them?
They cut like 2 inch, 2 inch off, and they burn them.
Well, usually cut, burn, tie does the trick, but even then sometimes. But there's many other reasons women can miss their period, right?
Tubal ligation is different than tube. It's tubes tying.
Yeah,
Tying a tube.
ligate, tie. But I this.
Sure, I ligated my shoes this morning. That's what
Who doesn't?
Yeah,
I have slip-ons.
Guys were making fun of me at the office because it's like, your shoes came unligated. 14-year-old kid told me that today. You're going to trip over your unligated shoe. And sometimes when a guy falls asleep, when Jimmy falls asleep, I'll sneak under the desk and I'll ligate his shoes together.
Kids were playing baseball afternoon, Little League. Blue, unligated shoes.
Yep. I don't know what you're saying now.
Ron's losing patience.
I'll tell you whether she's pregnant or not. Do you work around a forklift, on or around a forklift?
I don't work right now.
Okay, now she's pregnant. Yeah. But you're hoping to go back to work somewhere on or around a forklift?
Well, right now.
Hopefully not around one. I had a bad experience with them.
What happened?
I basically was driving a forklift, and next thing you know, I hit a bump, and next thing you know, the forklift tipped over.
You rolled a forklift?
Yep.
All right. They see? I know our callers.
Now, Ron, here's the deal. No period and smells you don't like makes, for me, infection. So you got to get her in, take a look, see if she has a vaginal infection or even more serious, a pelvic infection.
Yeah.
So take a look, all right?
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll do it, huh?
Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny. You can randomly guess a guy works on a forklift.
You can, with amazing accuracy.
Yeah. And the guy, not only does he work around a forklift, he's actually crashed a forklift. And his reaction will be sort of,
Well, doesn't everyone drive a forklift? It's sort of his feeling. It's like, yeah, of course, I worked.
I had to milk it out of him a little bit.
Right? That was his reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, all right. All right, listen, no more kids, screwball.
Yeah.
Out of work.
Well, they did.
Sitting home.
Ligation. They're working on it.
All right. That's good. That's good. Adrian,
Yeah,
you're 15?
yes, I am.
What's up?
Well, first of all, Adam, I just wanted to say I'm totally in agreement with you with the whole religious thing.
All right.
And I'm saying this as a Christian, you know.
Yeah.
But
Were we
my
talking
question-
about this, Drew?
Mm-mm.
no, but
In general.
said it in past shows.
Okay,
What's
buddy.
going on tonight, Adrian?
Okay. Well, my parents have a 96-year-old morphine.
96-year-old
Yeah.
96-year-old what?
morphine?
Yeah, morphine.
Like a bottle of old morphine.
Well, it's more like it's in this thing that looks like a Zippo,
What's a Zippo?
A lighter.
like a
Lighter.
lighter.
Or an
Looks
Asian,
like
depending
one
on,
of those,
you know.
but it's got the syringe in the middle and 4 containers with the little pills in it.
Morphine pills.
Yeah, morphine pills.
But it has a syringe, too.
Yeah, it has a syringe.
Like it's a turn-of-the-century rig.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Samuel Clemens' junkie rig.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, I have a 3-year-old brother, and you know he just gets into everything. And you know it's right where he can get in. And I've talked to my parents about it and all.
Mm-hmm.
But they just won't move it. You know, they say, "Oh, it's lost its potency and all that."
Well, you don't know what it's.
How do you
is
know it's
now.
morphine?
Because it says it right on the bottle.
Yeah, but maybe somebody replaced it with God knows what. It's 100 years old.
Hey, your mom probably got it off of eBay 5 years ago. and there's probably children's aspirin in there.
But be that as it may,
But there's only one way to find out, Adrian.
But medication that sits around for a long time can turn into other things. You know, it can the chemical configurations can change, and they can be dangerous to take.
Well, that's what he's saying. He's
I know.
scared of his kid brother.
Well, he's worried about him taking morphine. I'm worried about him taking whatever the morphine's morphed into.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because, like I said, he gets into everything.
Well, do your parents have it out on display?
Yeah, they have it, like, right on the bottom of the entertainment center.
Have they done other things to sort of baby-proof the house?
No.
They have an antique bear trap in the living room.
No.
The light's broken, though, so you walk around it. You know where it is.
A shotgun loaded, just in case.
Loaded shotgun they let the kid run around with. Of course, there's the Wilkinson swords up there, an old musket that's preloaded.
Belonged to great-great-grandpa from the Civil War. We got to let him touch and feel the past.
Suit of armor with the mace, ball hanging from the hand.
And a hatchet.
Yeah.
Actually, we do have a musket hanging over the couch.
Nice. Very nice.
Hold on a second. How many times have I suggested that a musket, an old musket rifle, was at a home?
I've never heard that word come through your lips.
All right. How many times has somebody called up and said they had a musket in their house?
Not in this show.
All right. So I'm 1 for 1 with the muskets.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty. Where's he? Adrian?
Yeah.
You don't find it interesting that I mentioned that your parents have a musket at their house, and you do have a musket at your house?
What can I say, Adam? You know everything.
I do. And are these they in the NRA?
No.
They got a bumper sticker on your dad's van that says Sierra Club, take a hike to hell?
No, actually, it's my stepdad.
I see.
No.
Seems like, though, they've sort of made you responsible for this 3-year-old. You're sort of you're the parent.
Actually, I've gone to a psychiatrist, and he says I got the caretaker role.
You're parentalized in this house, and it's not fair.
Hold on. Any guy who has a musket is not going to agree to send his 15-year-old kid to a shrink. And he's not going to name Adrian. You said this is your stepdad.
Yeah, this is my stepdad.
Yeah, if this was your dad, you'd have a dude name.
Father,
Where's your biological dad?
Actually, he's in L.A. right now.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah, he's in L.A. right now.
I see. What's he doing out here?
He works at a couple recording studios.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right, so your mom kicked him out. He went to L.A. and she married Daniel Boone.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, look, talk to your mom about what these pills might be.
She doesn't know.
Okay.
Mom doesn't
well,
know. Talk to her
tell
about creating
her,
a safe environment for the kid. That's all. I'm surprised the psychiatrist who had mentioned to you that you had now taken on the caretaking role in the family, you're the parent, didn't also maybe consider making a social service referral because there's a child protective issue here.
You can take those pills to a rave and have Dr. Bruce test them.
Brandon, you're 16.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, about 3 months ago, my ex-girlfriend, so to say, she comes over to my house, and I knew she was bisexual when I first started going out with her. And she comes over, and she gets me high and stuff, and she's like, yeah, I got this girlfriend now, and she wants me all to herself and stuff, and she basically breaks up with me, and I was just wondering how I could get back at her for what she did.
Get back at her?
Yeah.
Go have a happy life.
For getting you high or breaking up with you?
For breaking up with me.
The most significant retribution you will find will be in actually going forward with your life and being comfortable and have a happy relationship, because she's gonna have a lot of chaos and difficulty in her relationships.
How old is she?
She's 16 also.
Yeah. Well, she's screwed up though, right, Brandon? And believe me,
A lot of history of abuse, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you want to abuse someone who was molested when they were 5?
I didn't know when I first started going out with her.
Yeah, but now you know, and you want to hurt her.
How do you know? Do you know that?
Yeah.
How old was she when she was molested?
I think she said she was about 4 or 5.
Oh. Well, what the hell do I know?
Guess.
Well, it's
No, it's not a guess.
Sort of based,
That's not a
I'm
guess.
sure that's why you.
based on some other calls we've had in the past.
Yeah.
But okay, here's my point, Brandon. This poor girl was molested at age 5. She's now completely chaotic. Her life's going to be upside down for a good long time. And you want to flatten one of her car tires?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Drive.
Well, whatever you got to do to her, Brandon, whatever you got to do to her was done to her by her uncle 11 years ago.
It was her dad.
Oh, her dad.
All the much better.
That much better. All right, Brandon?
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
You'll go to hell if you pay back someone who was molested.
Okay.
Don't be
All
so
right,
don't be so
stoner.
interested in big projects either. These people that are living
Yeah.
in such pain.
Well, what are you doing hanging around with these screwballs, Brandon?
I don't know. I met her through a friend, and she was a pretty cool person when I first met her, and then things just went downhill.
Well,
Okay.
people that have been abused
She's screwed up.
get out of control in relationships.
Yeah.
Get pretty hairy.
And not that there's any correlation between being sexually molested and being a lesbian at 16, although every single girl who calls this show is a lesbian at 16 was sexually molested. But there's still no real correlation, and we don't want to make that connection, do we, Drew? No. Bill?
Yeah.
So Bill's 40,
Yeah.
and Bill, you're sounding less weird than you were sounding before.
Well, I'm trying to hurry. I was trying to hurry because I'm at work actually.
Oh, my God. You work? Where do you work?
I work. I do night maintenance.
Okay, so good. Bill is a guy who is not really an exhibitionist. I mean, he doesn't show flesh, but he will put on some cycling shorts and go into an upscale place like a Denny's,
Good
maybe an Arby's or Sambo's, and sit down and show the ladies what he has.
Right. And, and I basically, I just wait to see what kind of reaction, and a lot of times it's positive, I mean, sometimes I get girls who might, like if they're wearing a dress, that's usually ones I focus in on.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And, usually, sometimes they might show just a little more thigh or they might put the tongue in cheek, and, make the little motion there.
Oh, you mean like the oral sex motion?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, you spot a guy who's, I'll tell you, there's nothing turns the ladies on more than incredibly tight slacks.
Mm-hmm.
Really clingy, tight, white slacks with no underpants on, where they can really see the outline of your penis through the pants.
Oh, yeah.
And when they spot that from across the restaurant, I don't care if they're out with their fiance. They're going to give you a look. And then they're going to give you the oral sex motion where they put the fist up to the hand and they take the tongue and
Sounds like this guy is just an advanced
with the hand
flirter.
and everything, but you see them, like they might lick their lips, or like I said, they just might make the motion. And like I said,
let me translate all this. They're staring at a pile of pancakes trying to eat. They reach for the maple syrup, and Bill takes that. Is a very strong message.
She takes a big bite of pancake, there's pancake in the cheek. She's chewing.
That's right.
I don't think you're giving Bill enough credit.
Yeah, probably
I mean,
not.
This guy is smooth.
Bill, what kind of wheels do you have? What kind of car do you drive? Because I know the ladies like that.
Well, it's okay. Let's just say it's not a Cadillac, but it's
no. What kind of car is it?
It's a Dynasty.
What Dynasty?
91 Dynasty.
Nice.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's nice. And with the blue velour interior.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got it in one.
How did you know that? All in one.
Is the interior blue velour?
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, you're a genius.
Yeah.
But
how many options for interiors are there? How many are blue velour?
I've never heard of blue velour.
That's right. I'm a genius. Do you hear me?
Blue velour was only available between 1976 and 1988.
When you were doing your residency. That's right. All right. Hey, Bill.
Right.
Yeah, you're scaring me. So I don't know what your question is. What is it?
Well, basically, like I said, since I'm not actually showing any flesh, can I actually get busted?
No.
For indecent exposure.
No, but you could be you could be asked to leave establishment for harassing behavior.
No, I got to tell you, my only worry, if I was a guy like Bill, was that I get enough women heated up to such a degree that I'm pounced on in the parking lot.
Right.
Bras flying, hair pulling. You know what I mean? I mean, Bill, women can be like sharks and work into a frenzy,
getting himself into a dangerous situation.
Yeah. It's important to sort of know your environment and just do not show that kind of scrotal bulge in an upscale Denny type establishment. Hey everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. It's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. All right,
I want to hear about this operation. I really do.
Okay, here's
let me just say this. 6 weeks ago, I do think it's closer to 2 months, Joseph called in. He's calling from Van Nuys, so I guess we should have sympathy for him. He called in. He was going to get an operation. Saw an operation in the newspaper, $1,000, get your penis lengthened. We questioned it. I said, that sounds kind of cheap and this and that. We went round and round. I thought it was bogus.
But didn't we think it was maybe the clipping the ligament thing?
Yeah, we talked to him for a while, and it turns out he's going to do it. Now, Joseph is a prick, as you can tell from hearing him moments ago. So I'm done talking to him. I just want to know the specifics. Did the operation work or not?
Hello?
He didn't hear you.
Did it work, Joseph?
Yes, I did.
It did.
How much length did you gain?
Probably 2 inches.
2 inches?
So you're up to 4 now?
Yeah, off the ground.
Yeah. And any erectile difficulties?
At the beginning, yes. For 3 weeks, I had complications, but after that,
What was the
it was
complication?
fading after that.
What was the complication?
I was having difficulties urinating, going to the restroom, taking a shower, and all that stuff.
What did they do exactly?
Excuse me?
What did they do exactly?
Well, they did the incisions, believe the pubic bone.
Yeah.
And then from there, they cut the ligament.
Right, they just cut the ligament.
I'm not sure what's the proper name for the ligament, but they cut it.
Okay. It's hard for me to imagine how that gives you 2 inches.
Well, doctor said between 2 and 3 inches.
2 and 3?
What'd you get?
Well, you got 2.
Right. So,
and you measured your erect penis before you had the operation?
Right. Not exactly before the operation, but prior to the operation, I did it. Yes. It was like...
Joseph, you're such a dick with all your... Not 2 months, not 6 weeks, a month and a half. Yeah, before the operation. I don't mean while you're unconscious, you chubbed up before the scalpel hit your nuts. No, not before, but prior to.
It's called the suspensory ligament of the penis.
That is
Yeah. All right. Like, what do you do? Something in customer service?
Yes.
Oh, my God, everyone must hate you.
What do you do?
What do you do?
I'm a customer service for Philadelphia.
Oh, God, people must... Oh, the cable company?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Hope they go under.
Yeah, hopefully.
I love all those pussy cable companies all crying the blues now that satellite came in.
Shocked that you came up with his job?
And it's just ironic. All right, good luck with that penis.
That's good times.
Screw all these cable companies. Hope they go under. Screwed everyone for all those years because they're only game in town. Yeah. Big idiots. Good. Go down. Fine. I'm going to get rid of these cable companies. I'm going to punish them. You know the cable company... Let me tell you something why there needs why this is a great country and why we need competition.
Yeah.
What did that window used to be with the cable company?
The window?
Yeah. We'll have a guy out to the house. Yeah, we'll have
Between Tuesday and Friday?
8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there you go. We got 11 hours. You quit your job. Wait for the cable guy. Yeah, they don't have those windows anymore because they're satellite. And you notice cable doing a lot of advertising? You never saw any cable advertisements before, did you?
No, you didn't need to.
No, it's like, screw you. Yeah, hey, here's our advertisement. You got an 11-hour window, chump. You don't like it? Go start producing your own programming. Ha, 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 ha. And now they're satellite, and you guys are going out of business. Good. Hope you all rot away. Where do you want to go here, Drew?
6.
Oh, okay. I actually had a question. I know it's going to sound really stupid, but I had this friend who said that this one girl, I know it's like through the grapevine, said that she had gotten pregnant by one guy, and then she gotten pregnant by 2 guys. Is that actually possible for a human female to actually get pregnant by 2 different guys?
At the same time?
No, first she got pregnant by one guy, and then she says, oh, yeah, I'm pregnant, and then she goes have sex with another guy, and then she somehow has another baby, and so they say...
All right, hold on. When I said at the same time, I didn't mean both dorks were in her simultaneously. I meant she's somehow carrying 2...
Yeah, well, hang on a second.
I'm not sure what her question is.
Let's keep going.
All right, but let me just do this. Obviously, you can get pregnant by 2 different people if it's 9 months apart or so.
Right.
So that she's not asking.
Right.
she's asking, could you have twins and one be?
Yeah, but the way she's asking it, it sounds like I'm 3 months pregnant, and then I'll start another pregnancy 3 months into this one.
Jenny?
How did she know she was pregnant in the first place?
Apparently, she went to a doctor and said that she was pregnant.
All right,
And
so
then-
ask us your question again.
Okay. Can you be pregnant by two different guys? Have twins?
Have twins.
two
That's
different
what I
guys.
said. Well, one is one guy's baby, and the other's the other guy's baby.
Yeah.
No.
Is that possible for a human?
I guess there's a technical possibility if it just happened that there were 2 eggs released and you had sex with 2 guys within 2 days of one another.
Really?
But
Is
you
that-
wouldn't know you were pregnant. You'd get pregnant simultaneously with both. But I've never heard of such a thing.
See, that's what I was saying. Well, that's not possible.
Once you are pregnant, there are no more eggs released. That's it. That's it. It's over.
That's it.
Okay.
See, now that's what I was saying. And she
All
goes,
right.
oh, no. And I thought...
All right. What do you care? What do you care?
Because I heard that cats can get pregnant by other, female cats can be pregnant by more than one
right.
male cat.
That's right.
true.
And alligators lay eggs and bury them on the banks of the Mississippi.
Oh,
times.
great. Thanks.
All right. So what do you want?
I just want to know
you
if
heard
I was
that?
talking
You heard
smart,
that-
and
that,
I thought that was
that's
so
what I heard.
Stupid.
You heard that a woman could bury her eggs and give birth? that
No,
way?
I just heard an alligator.
A man
could.
like you would come by and rain some semen on the eggs?
Just heard that's what alligators do, and didn't anyway correlate that to human beings.
Of
Just
course.
like you shouldn't have done that with cats.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, Jenny:
What?
junior college or food industry?
Oh, great. You're saying I'm stupid.
No, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm in junior college.
Hold on a second.
Well,
Shocking! I am shocked. All right, junior college and waitress. What do you do? Do you have a part-time job?
I have a full-time job.
Full-time job.
What do you do? What do you do for work?
I'm a waitress.
No sort of amazement that Adam picked both those things out of the blue?
Huh?
Okay.
All right. There's nothing more gratifying than this job. No more gratifying thing than talking to stupid people.
Wow.
Let me explain something about stupid people. Stupid people are not impressed unless they watch magic. Because when stupid people watch magic, they believe that that's actually happening, actually sawing people in half and stuff. When you talk to a person who you've never spoken to before, the only thing on the screen is she's from Visalia, and she wanted to know if 2 people could get pregnant at once. Says nothing about what she does.
By the way, I don't think of Visalia as a place having a junior college or a restaurant for that matter.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, everyone in Visalia has a sack lunch.
Yeah.
If they want to eat, you have to go across the border.
The river, yeah.
You have to go across the river. Here's the point. I just said junior college and food service. Basically,
That's
waitress.
her life. You described her life without
That's right.
knowing her, and she didn't
Does not.
didn't find that to be interesting. Not even interesting, let alone amazed, but not interesting.
No, but that's what.
Well, that was Ben Stein, and now there you go.
I just leave it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When you're stupid, you're like a kid in that you think people should know what's going on with you.
It's a grandiosity, yeah.
It's stupidity meets grandiosity. Yeah, it's what kids. When a 9-year-old comes home, he starts talking about Tommy. He doesn't say my friend from school, Tommy. He just says Tommy says.
Yeah.
Tommy says, and then you say who? And here comes Ben Stein. Everybody. Ben.
Yes.
You're 17. What's up?
Well, my girlfriend is, getting really scared of me since, 3, almost 4 weeks ago. We had some guy try and break into our house with what we thought was a loaded gun. And basically, when he started waving it around at my parents, I kind of freaked out. And my dad has a crossbow hanging on the wall. I basically ran for that, loaded it, and shot the guy in the leg. And ever since my girlfriend heard about this, she has just been, her mother already thought I was the spawn of Satan or something. But now my girlfriend...
Well, hold on, slow down a second. Ben, wait a second. The fact that you defended the story as you tell it is, guy comes in with a gun, I defend my family with a crossbow, and now my girlfriend's freaked out.
Yeah.
So what's missing here?
Who's your dad? Ted Nugent? Why's he got a crossbow hanging on the wall of his...
He used to be in the Air Force, and he did a lot of hunting when he lived in
Used to be in the
I
Air
don't remember
Force.
what area, but he
That
used to do a lot of deer
explains
hunting.
obsession with arrows.
Yes, indeed.
All right,
so
you used to but
what's the reality
First off, I
here?
worry about the family. Are you guys in a trailer? What are you in?
Oh, no, we're in our own house. We live out in the desert area.
Well, let me ask you this: when your dad put the nail in the wall to hang the crossbow, did he nail it in half an inch and it poked outside? That's what I'm picturing, like some corrugated steel bending as he's nailing it in from the inside. No, regular wall, you have regular wood framed and everything, huh?
Yeah, right. Well, it's one of the mobile home style.
All right.
Here we
Okay.
go. Now we go.
All right.
Now it's starting to make a little sense.
All right.
Coming into
Well,
focus.
when I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah,
right?
Adam, how you're way off. How did you know how dare you, by the way, suggest that he live in a trailer park?
Listen, I know.
He lives in a mobile home style.
I'm going to start a segment called Definitely Not a Jew. And you're going to be the first up, Ben. All right. So, and here's what I understand. A couple things. The timeline seems weird in that he comes in he breaks in where? What part of the house
We
or
have
mobile
two
home?
doors. He broke in the back door.
He
broke it down.
He broke into the back door, and he goes into your parents' room?
Our house is with a very narrow hallway. My parents' room is like right next to is like 10 feet away from the door. I slept at the other end of the house.
4 feet away from the door.
I see.
What?
Okay. And so he comes in there. He's making a ruckus. You think he has a gun. Why do you think he has a gun?
Because he's yelling, "I have a gun."
Oh, he's yelling, "I have a gun."
And what's he doing in the house? Does he have a purpose?
Well, he seemed to be yelling, "Give me all your valuables," things like that. The police said he was like somewhat intoxicated at the time.
He was high, probably, and so he breaks in. And
was anybody you knew?
No, we had no idea who the guy was.
Okay.
And so he's screaming in front of your parents' bed, and you grab the crossbow from the wall
and shoot him.
Where's the arrow?
The arrows basically are behind the cabinet that my dad keeps in there. He didn't know that I knew where they were at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he shot this thing a number of times, probably.
Yeah, so now you go get the arrow from behind the cabinet.
Load it up.
Meanwhile, the guy's just still standing at the foot of the bed screaming?
Actually, no. Then he was picking things up from my parents' dresser.
Really? And your dad's just in bed?
Well, he's basically standing in there. My parents are both out of bed by then, but he's standing in front of my mom trying to protect her.
Uh-huh.
But he didn't have any weapons in his bedroom.
Right.
All right, so you shot the guy.
You grab the crossbow and you shoot him in the leg.
Yeah, I know how to shoot. Unfortunately, I was a little still tired, despite the fact a load of adrenaline.
Sure.
Because I know how to shoot the bow, but I just didn't aim very well that time.
Well, you
wish you killed him?
Where did you want to hit him?
I didn't really aim other than at him. I didn't take that much time. It's just the fact that he's still pointing the gun at my parents. I didn't really take all that much time.
And so what happened after you shot him?
Did he answer?
He dropped the gun and started grabbing the arrow, screaming.
Uh-huh.
And
But he
my
didn't
dad-
have a gun, right?
He had the gun. It just wasn't loaded.
Oh. All right. Well, that's...
Why did you start the story with he was waving around something that looked like a gun?
Yeah.
I didn't know I had used those exact terms. I'm sorry.
All right, hold on. And then how come later on when I'm saying... So, his guy has a gun? He said, well, no, I mean, he was threatening to kill them.
Very vague. But
isn't your
I'm intrigued.
I believe him, but isn't your story better if the guy has a gun?
I want to know why he wasn't a hero. Why are people freaked out?
Well, maybe they didn't. Ben?
Yeah?
All right, so he did have a gun, but it wasn't loaded.
Right.
What kind of gun was it?
A Colt .44 caliber.
All right, 44. And you shot him in the leg with the crossbow, and then what?
He dropped the gun and started screaming and cursing, trying to pull the arrow out of his leg when my dad basically just tackled him.
Uh-huh. And you called the cops.
Yes, that was the second thing we did.
And 4 hours later, they show up.
Well, they'd be coming out
no,
to
it was
Ben's house
closer to
pretty
4.5.
regularly.
Right, so they show up, and they get the guy.
Yes, they load him back, and meanwhile they're bombarding us with questions like you did. Well, did you know the gun wasn't loaded, or did you?
Right.
Why did you have arrows in your house next
Right.
to a crossbow?
Now, you should have been hailed as a hero,
Right.
yes?
Why were you not a hero?
Well, for one thing, the guy wanted to press charges because somebody shot him.
Right.
Again, this piece is missing from the story here.
There really is. There really is. What's up, Ben? Either you're not telling the story correctly,
or you're not willing to tell the truth. Yeah.
Which is it? I'd go with not telling it correctly.
That is what happened.
All right.
Well, how could somebody that's on your property threatening to kill you press charges for you defending yourself?
No, that's basically what he was trying to do. He wasn't able to. This is a while ago, but he's basically in jail right now.
All right. And your girlfriend?
My
girlfriend thinks you're. Yeah.
Well, last time I saw her was a couple days ago, and she was basically screaming at me for what I had done, and asked, was I going to shoot her? And I have no idea where things like this are coming from, where she got that.
Hold on a second. Ben sounds, I don't want to say mildly retarded. Ben is 17 and sounds maybe 12 or 13 in his speech.
Yeah.
But that could just be a product of
LA Unified.
LA Unified School District mixed with a dad who likes a little bow hunting.
Yeah.
And a little too much MTV.
But again, it so much feels
There's
like
some weird concrete thinking
distortions,
here.
Yeah, it feels like distortions, right?
It just
like
feels
all of a
like
sudden,
there's
out of nowhere, the girlfriend starts screaming about
now,
you're going to shoot me.
The guy's in jail now, so this was some weeks or months ago.
Yeah, so once again,
she starts screaming, "Now you're going to shoot me with the."
So either she's completely insane,
yes,
or we're missing some of the story again.
Yes.
She has
Ben,
mild paranoia.
Ben, how long ago did you shoot the drifter with the crossbow?
3 weeks and 4 days.
All right, so it's almost been a month. And your girlfriend is freaking out that you're going to shoot her with a crossbow, too? What are you leaving out of this story?
Well, she and I had an argument about a couple of things, and she thought that I was wrong. And when I yelled that she needed to, calm down, because all I did was protect myself and my family from what I thought was a guy.
No, you're having an argument.
Oh, boy, we can't. No.
All right.
Forget it.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Ben,
that was a
Ben,
perfect example of what we're talking about.
Look, if a pet could talk, I imagine that's what it would sound like. Like you'd be talking you'd be talking your dog, and it'd be like, I went out in the backyard and I smelled my asshole, and then these coyotes came, and then I was in the house. Is that? Imagine your dogs. Is this sort of what it would
then
sound
my
like?
owners took and rubbed my nose on something. It's all bad.
And then they pulled,
except I kind of like.
And then they pulled me, and then I ate, and then I went to the bathroom, and then I ate some more, and then I took a nap.
Your question was, what are we missing here? How she just out of the blue starts yelling at you about being shot. Yeah, we were having a discussion. She didn't like what I said, and then she started yelling. And so then I yelled. What?
I can't.
Bad.
Ben. He's like a tooth that hurts that I can't stop playing with. Ben.
Yeah.
All right, break up with her. I don't know what's missing. Do you have a learning disability or anything?
No, I'm just mildly distracted right now. I'm trying to talk to you guys, but also I've just been thinking about a couple of other things that aren't really relevant to the subject.
Yeah, and you got to always keep your eyes open for intruders too.
And make sure the crossbows.
All right, buddy. What are you going to? You going to high school?
No, I graduated about a year and a half ago.
Oh, a year and a half ago.
16.
At 15 and a half?
No, at 16. I'm almost 18.
Almost 18. Why'd you graduate early?
Because I hated high school.
Oh.
It was just
I'm not sure they call that graduating, though.
I think that means you leave.
That's called dropping out, usually.
I'm retarded.
I think you dropped out.
Homeschool program. Yes, I dropped out, but then I took a homeschool program. It was an adult self-education program.
Yeah.
And
self-education is right up there with like self-incarceration. I don't trust it. Look, you guys, we're on the honor system. You have, I'll tell you what you're going to need to do. I'm going to give you 48 months for aggravated assault. Can you take care of that? You're on your own.
Yeah, done.
It's the honor system.
Done.
Okay?
Yeah.
Go home and incarcerate yourself. Now, no coming out.
Done and done.
And lights out at 9 o'clock.
Well, how about this part?
No pornography and TV you can watch, but only basic cable, none of the premium channels. Drew, you agree to that?
Yeah, after I do my
Fantastic.
self-education medical school program.
All right, yeah. Put yourself through that. Ben, what's up? What's the plan, buddy? What do you want to do?
Well, I'm in my third semester at college. I'm trying to major in history.
Really? What kind of college?
It's a community college.
Okay, buddy. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, buddy. That's good. And then you can go on to teach?
That's what I thought about. It was either that or the Navy.
All right.
Navy.
I like the sound of the Navy myself. Okay. All right. Break up with this girl or don't.
We don't know what's going on because the story was the story.
Stop arguing with her.
We have no idea.
You're fine. You're in your third year of college.
Wouldn't it
For
be
Christ's
great,
sake, you're
though,
17 years old.
if we could get the other side of the story immediately on the line?
It would be.
Just, what happened there?
I don't know. I'll tell you what happened there. We just wasted 10 minutes.
Yeah. Take a quick call. No.
No.
Okay, all right.
No. I got to take a shower.
All right.
I got to take a rape bath.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back after this. And we move forward with the show, Drew, yes?
Yes. Well,
Yes?
we're sort of moving forward. We're going to go back to Sarah
Yes.
and move forward.
Yes. Now, Sarah's 20, doesn't get along with her stepmom.
Junior college.
Maybe junior college. Is there 1 year college that's like an annex of a junior college? Like,
Junior.
Some trailer.
Junior college. Trailer college.
It's a trailer that's up on pier blocks, like out in the parking lot of the junior college. Sarah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
now-
you were 6 years old.
Well, look, I didn't want to get into this
All right.
anymore. I don't like your stepmom, but I understand why she doesn't like you as well. So
Yeah, but
here's the thing. Here's the deal. Are you living at home?
No, I'm not.
All
That's
right.
good.
Well, then there's really nothing to worry about with your stepmom.
Well, no, it's just like whenever I call my dad's house, he wants me to acknowledge her, and I don't acknowledge her at all. And I don't think I deserve. I don't think I have to do that.
And you hearken it all back. It's all that is hard feelings you have about her yelling at you about something kind of goofy when you were 6 years old.
Well, she used to kick me and my sister's ass.
Okay.
And then
all right.
before we left for the weekend to go back to my mom's house, we would have to kiss her.
Mm-hmm. With your tongue?
No,
Do you have a lot of piercings, Sarah?
I don't know.
No.
Okay. All right, Sarah. I'm sorry you have an evil stepmother. I do believe she's a bad person.
I understand you don't want to acknowledge her. That's fine.
And you cannot acknowledge her. And if your dad can't respect or acknowledge that, then you may have to cut him off for a little bit too.
Yeah.
But
I
here's what you-
already cut him off for like 2 years. I didn't talk to him, and my sisters did the same thing.
Would that work okay for you?
Not really.
All right. Well, now let's talk about you now. A, let's turn down the goddamn radio. B, what is going on? You're going to junior college. That's a disaster. What else?
No, actually, it's not. It's going really good.
How do you pay for that?
Financial aid and grants.
And you pay for your living that way too? I mean, your living arrangements?
Actually, I work full time too.
What kind of work do you do
Right now, I'm a floor technician.
right now?
Floor technician?
Yeah.
What is that? It means you're running a waxer, right? You're buffing floors?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you using one of those buffers?
Yeah.
Oh, and not interesting to you that I knew the equipment that you were using?
Kinda.
All right, so you're using one of those circular buffers, like in commercial buildings?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they're big old, little machines that.
And are you working at night?
Yeah, actually, I'm at work right now.
All right.
Hey.
Never doesn't bother anybody that I know when they work and what the equipment they use.
What's what they do? How dare you? Of course.
Yes, because they think I'm like a kazoo.
No.
And I'm on their shoulders.
Right. They think everybody knows what they do because it's what they do.
Right.
So therefore, you should know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's grandiose stupidity.
But this grandiose what happens when you've been physically abused.
Yes.
You got to be as I've said before. You've asked me to bring up my patients that have been sexually or physically abused feel like a piece of S around which the whole world revolves.
Right.
And
that's what you're dealing
Sarah.
with.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah. Everybody, let me just take a moment and give you some words to live by. You owe nothing to your parents if they weren't good parents. You owe everything to them if they were great parents, and then it's whatever's in between. I mean, quite honestly, if your parents were a 4.5 or a 5 on the parenting scale, and you got to be honest, you got to stand back and look at it, then you can be a 4 or 5 on the child.
It can be your assessment of it too.
It can
not
be.
what they tell you they were.
No,
Your assessment of it.
My parents know that by their own admission they were like 3, 3.25. Now I give them about a 2.5.
Little payback.
Everyone's happy. I got a little something, a little interest for all the therapy I'm going through. And there you go. If your stepmom was a 1 or a -1, then that's what she gets. If your dad was a 3, you give her a 3. That's what he has. He doesn't have a daughter. He has a 3. It's about a third of a daughter. Fine. Work hard, get your crap together, and punish them by being successful, not by getting high and having to move back in the garage.
Good times.
All right. We'll be back after this. Cindy,
Yeah, what's up?
you're 17.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I was wanting to ask you something, or Dr. Bruce, or any of you guys, actually. Me and my boyfriend, we've been going out for a year, and, for 9 months, we, had sex nonstop. But recently, I have just, not had the drive. And I want to know what's going on, and I've been really, really moody and bitchy.
Yeah. All right. Well, woman's prerogative. You ever been abused? Do you have any trauma, anything like that?
I never got abused. Which kind of abuse, though?
Well, here's the thing with people who were abused. They take these crazy swings. They get really hypersexual, and then they just dry up. That's when I move in. I usually catch them right after their, super hypersexual days.
Well, because, when I was little, I was raped. But, that was hell long ago.
Yeah. Well, that couldn't have any possible effect on you now. You're 17. I mean, hell, you were 6 at the time, right?
Yeah, I was 6.
Okay, well, then that couldn't be it, you being brutally raped at 6. What must it be? What's the barometric pressure? Where are you calling from?
Actually,
San Francisco. Has it been overcast?
Excuse me? No,
overcast?
actually clear out.
All right, Cindy, did you get any therapy after that?
Did
you have any?
I tried going to therapy, but, the counselor wouldn't get over the whole rape thing, and I kind of dealt with it by myself.
No, you haven't dealt with it.
You do it, you move on.
Right.
You haven't deal with it about 6.5, and you move on.
Okay, your inability to follow the guidance of the therapist is indicative of the problem you're in now. You really need to go back to therapy. You're underage
when you were 6. And by the way, and when I say stuff like, I spent an entire show saying stuff like, look, you're going to go back to your loser boyfriend who works at the batting cage, and you go, yeah, he does work at the batting cage. Does that ever surprise anybody when I call the age out or call the profession out or anything like that? I name people all the time, and people just go right along with it. Yeah, I was right when I was 6. And they just go wrong. I did call. I'm not Uri Geller over here, but there's never any mention. No one ever goes like, hey, wow, I was raped when I was 6. What made you say 6? They just they never go like, what made you say batting cage with my boyfriend?
Hey, Adam, you are really, really good at what you do. If nobody's telling, I will be the first one to tell you this.
I don't need him to say.
No, I'm not trying to pat your back. I'm trying to say, straight up. I consider myself an emotional consultant of sorts, just for my friends.
Thank you.
And sitting here watching you do what you're doing and weave in and out. I think a lot of your sarcasm and whatnot goes over some people's heads. And I'm kind of smart and I try to get it, but you're really good at what you do.
Thanks,
yeah.
But listen, and I appreciate that. And a compliment's always nice, but it's not so much the compliment part. It's more the part of, hey, that's weird. How did you know that was my dad's name, or he drove a forklift, or I was raped when I was 6? They don't do that part. I mean, I like the praise part, but it's not that I'm looking for. It's more the part where they stop and go, what made you say the age? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people
the
don't
epiphany,
do that when
the
they
moment
call
of
this
clarity.
show.
They don't get
because
that.
it's a weird thing. It's like I have this theory, when kids tell you, I went to school, and they start naming their classmates as if you know them.
Right.
That's something that kids do. You know
But
what
the
I'm
more
saying?
profound the trauma, I mean, this is a extremely critical age being raped, and I've gotten over it. I've dealt with it.
Cindy. Who did this to you? This rape, by the way.
My friend's son, like a long time ago.
A long time ago. I know
Yeah,
you keep emphasizing the long time ago and you're past it thing, but that we feel like you're in some denial as far as that
I tried
goes.
to like push it out of my mind when I was little. Like I tried to like repress it. Like I guess I took psychology, and then that's the term they use to repress bad memories. And
Yeah.
so like I never thought about it, and I told my cousin the first time when I was like 12 or something, and it always seemed like it wasn't real, you know. So I tried kind of like forgetting about
How old was the person that did this to you?
it. He was probably way older than me. Like he was like probably 18, 17.
Oh, yeah, that's
'Cause-
horribly traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my parents had like you know, like my mom was a battered woman. Like my dad beat my mom, and I had to watch all that.
Okay.
But
So
I
look. Okay. Here's the thing, and I know everyone who calls the show never gets an answer to the question they're calling about because that's not the real question.
Yeah.
And we'll decide what those are. For you, it's about the abusive environment you grew up with, the rape you suffered when you were 6, the whole part where you're not feeling as amorous as you were 8 months ago. That's all connected to this, and that's just what I
really?
said at the top of the thing. Yeah, because you'll go hypersexual, and then you'll go dormant. You'll shut down. So you're starting to shut down. So you got to get some therapy.
Right.
There's groups. There's all sorts of stuff you can do with this. And by the way, your dad's probably an alcoholic.
My dad, I haven't talked to him for like years. So.
Where's my bourbon?
But he probably is he an alcoholic? Was he an alcoholic?
No, he never drank. He like smoked cigarettes.
He beat on your mom and he was sober, huh?
Yeah, because like when he was little, his dad used to be his mom. So I think it like he used to watch it and
right,
you know.
All right. Yeah, it's like some people.
You know,
have
Cindy,
a green
remember,
thumb.
you can know all the psychology in the world, but it doesn't give you any help in dealing with the consequences of that kind of abuse.
Listen, therapy. Don't worry about the sexual
Don't
part.
look for insight on your own. Just
That's right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, we're going to talk to Tricia. She's a single mom in Texas.
All right.
She's 25.
Tricia,
Yeah.
what's up?
What's up?
Single mom, what's up?
Single mom from Texas.
That's
My-
right, baby doll. You see, let me explain what happens when the wheels come off the wagon. It's not enough that they actually come off the wagon. The wagon has to drag and catch on fire because of the friction. You
And
see?
then it's surrounded by people with, bows and arrows and guns.
That's what we got tonight.
Want to steal all our stuff.
Okay,
Tricia,
anyways.
what's up?
I'm a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty intelligent.
Sure.
But-
Yo, I can tell by your voice.
I've yeah, just because I talk Southern doesn't mean I'm stupid.
No, but it's a
anyways.
higher probability. I mean, except for
Anyways, I've got
the turn,
myself
yeah.
in quite a pickle.
Right.
Okay,
what
about
happened?
10 months ago, I started seeing this guy, and I'm not from the town that I live in, so I don't know people like everybody else knows everybody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this guy was he's a horse trader or whatever. Well, as we date for a couple months and the relationship gets pretty serious. Well, come to find out, he's actually a drug dealer.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. He went for like horse trader. I was like, okay, we're 150 years ago. Like it's 1872. And then when she went drug dealer, I was like, pow, we're back to today.
2003.
Right.
Adam.
He's
Adam.
Oh, Drew.
I'm on the phone.
You're on the phone, Drew.
Yes, I know. This is lovely.
Yeah. What's happening, caller?
Now, I wanted to ask her a question. You're a RN?
LVN.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Way to go, Adam.
All right, and her boyfriend is a horse trader and a drug
addict.
dealer.
Drug addict.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that whole horse trader thing just kind of faded out. But once I found-
My sister's with a guy who was a blacksmith, and he also did raves. So he had that same kind of range that your guy has.
So, wait, did he stop being a horse trader, or was that just some kind of elaborate cover for the drug dealing?
It's still a cover. But once I found out what he was all about, I was like, okay, I have to end this. I would lose my license. I've got 3 beautiful kids, and I don't want to jeopardize, my life.
Sure.
With this guy. Well, then it's kind of like, so I split up with him, and a couple weeks went by, and it turned into some kind of. It's like I'm addicted to him.
That's true.
when I see him, and I don't do the speed. They do the new drug ice.
It does the ice, yeah. Oh, this isn't over the horse trading?
Huh?
You're saying that it's the drug part that you object to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was
The horse
unclear.
trading, I can handle the horse trading.
I see. Okay,
But
I would
it's
object more to that, but
It's the being an ice dealer. That I
yeah,
can
he's
handle.
dealing ice.
But
Okay,
he doesn't just deal it; he does it.
right. So he's a horrible, unattractive man that you can't get away from
Yeah.
because you're compelled to him.
Even though he's bad for you and bad for your kids.
I've got a list of things that
Yeah, but let me tell you what trumps all that. You're horrible dad.
Right, exactly.
The attraction that is caused because you're horrible dad trumps everything you have on that list.
Exactly. It creates a drive that you cannot resist. And unless you do something, get some treatment, go to 12-step, do something, it's going to be very difficult for you to stop this. Or you're going to just find another guy that's the same or very similar.
and it has to do with my dad.
Yeah, where is your dad?
He's in bed right now.
In bed in prison?
No, he did go to prison.
There you go.
He was a teacher, and he retired early to manufacture and sell crack.
Your dad?
Really?
Wait a minute.
Oh, my God.
That is a really successful early retirement plan.
But it's shockingly so amazing, Adam. Are you clairvoyant? Are you reading a screen?
No, well, let me tell you, I can read stupid people just like a traffic sign. It's easy.
Now I'm stupid.
No, not you. Not you. That was luck. Apropos to nothing, I'm saying I can do that. With you,
I'm impressed here. I'm impressed.
All right, so
you found your dad. You have found your dad.
There he is.
Left a huge imprint on you that is the result of has been highly traumatizing, and that trauma gets converted into attraction, and then here you are. It fits.
All right, so Tricia, how about or Trish? How about a little Al-Anon or maybe a 12-step?
There you go.
You think I need to do a 12-step?
Go to Al-Anon.
Al-Anon.
Yeah, your dad. Just because it'll make it comical, no matter what subject your dad taught. What subject was it?
He was over the education department at the Federal Correctional Institute in Fort Worth.
That is.
Oh, so he didn't have a subject that he taught.
Well, he taught everything. He was over it. He taught Spanish, and
He taught at the prison, Adam. That's what's comical.
I see. All right. It was funny when I. Okay, remember your dad in prison? Okay. All right. Nobody. Let me explain something to a lot of our listeners. Most people's parents did not do time. And now it's not the overwhelming majority, but it's in the mid 60s, lower to mid 60s.
Of our callers, really?
Well, not of our callers.
Yeah. Okay.
Of our callers, it's in the that's high 80s, I'd say. But of most people in the United States, it's probably somewhere around half.
Yeah.
So you should be surprised when I guess your parents were in the joint. You should not take that. It's bad that doesn't shock you. All right. Suzanne.
Oh, hello.
There you
Hello.
are.
You're 20?
Yes.
What's up?
I have been dating a guy now for 3 years, and unfortunately we both met young. So now I'm at the point where I personally want a commitment, maybe not marriage right now, but at least something like in the future.
Well, you'd like marriage.
You're asking for a commitment to marriage at someday soon.
All right.
Right, okay. And he can't even tell me that he wants to marry me. He
Yeah,
says
well, then that's where he's at.
He doesn't. But it's not that he doesn't want to marry you.
Right.
He doesn't want to get married.
Guys, listen,
I
Susan.
asked him that.
Susan.
I can say, is it just that you don't want to get married right now? And he says, no, I just really don't know if I really want to marry you.
No, he doesn't say that.
He does, I promise.
He says he doesn't know if you're the one he wants to marry or if
Yes.
he wants to marry you now.
If I'm the one he wants to marry.
Oh, all right. Now
then
you're done.
Yeah, check out.
Check out.
That usually guys would be willing to marry that person if they were at a time in their life when marriage was.
And that's what I keep thinking. And I don't know if he just doesn't understand that because we've tried to break it off a couple times, and of course, it never works. And I'm at the point where it's like I can go date anyone. And is it worth my time? Is it worth waiting?
Well, look, listen. First, you're 20 years old.
You're way too young to get married anyway.
Yeah. You're 5 years off here, so just stop focusing on that.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
stop
Yeah.
doing it because here's what you're going to do. You're not going to be the same person in 5 years from now as you are now.
Right.
Okay? And you don't you want to get married when you're that different person, not this person.
Okay.
Right. That's right.
The only people who should be getting married are the people that should have mixed feelings about getting married, not people that are dying to get married. It's sad, but it's true. It's like, here's the people I want to be cops. The people that are sort of lukewarm on the idea of being cops. I don't want people that really want to be cops being cops. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah, I heard you.
Those make for bad cops.
So do I keep dating him then for the next?
Well,
5 years?
if he weren't explicitly telling you you're not the person, that disturbs us. If that's actually what he says, then no, he's done.
I mean, he's gonna backpedal when you confront him with this. But if that's truly what he's saying, and you're not just hearing it that way,
Okay.
if he's saying what he should be saying is the BS that all guys use, which is it's
the
not
truth.
you. Yeah, I'm not ready to get married at age 20.
Guys will pass up somebody they wish they had married, and yet know they couldn't have married them at that time because guys have to be ready, and that's it.
You know, that was for me.
Okay.
Felicia Rashad.
Oh yeah, she was the one you passed up.
Not ready just not ready at that time. Hey, Susan.
Yes.
Yeah. So you focus on what? Junior college and waitressing. What are you doing? What are you doing?
That. College and that.
Are you doing both those things?
Junior college?
Huh?
Junior college?
Yes.
And you're waitressing?
Yes.
Okay.
Good job, Adam.
Not interesting to you that I got both the things you do.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty good.
Thanks, baby. It's not as good when I have to drag it out if
But
everyone
even then,
is
it
listening.
was like, yeah, I guess that is pretty good.
Okay.
It's like, wow, how the hell did you know that? No, not giving it up.
Hey, that's two, but
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
I know junior college. I know waitress when I hear it.
Smell it.
Yeah. And let me just say this, so I can. I got to kiss my own ass around here because no one else will. Nothing, Drew. Anything on the screen
Not a
that
hint.
alludes
Not
anything
a
to
hint.
waitressing or
And
junior
people, of course,
college?
won't believe that because.
No, they would know. No, Anderson would scream into the mic.
You're right.
If for 1 second there was something started with a J or a W, we'd start screaming. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Sandy?
Yeah?
You're 20. What's up?
I just, first of all, I wanted to say I really like your guys' show. I listen to you all the time.
Thanks.
And I'm really nervous, so. My question is I have a tendency to put myself in really destructive situations.
Why?
I don't know. That's my question.
Well, give us some clues.
I go through, like, I don't go through boyfriends or anything really fast, but the ones I date, they start out really, really nice, you know? And then you get it worse and worse and worse until it just is so abusive and destructive that, you know, I end up leaving, and I was wondering why.
Are they doing drugs, these guys?
No, some of them do and some of them don't. So, you know, not like hard drugs. They're not like, you know.
Sandy's got a little bit of that girl voice, little girl in her.
Do I?
A little bit.
Sounds like you're in the 20.
Yeah.
Huh?
Are you 20?
Yeah, no, I'm going to be 21 in a couple months.
You ever get traumatized when you were little?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, a couple things happened.
All right.
When I was a little girl, like 3 or something, my dad's friend molested me. And then
Your dad molested you?
No, not my dad. My dad's
Your dad's
my
friend.
dad was a biker when I was younger, and one of his biker friends
Yeah.
kind of we stayed the night at her house or his house, and
Right.
you know, whatever.
All right. You probably owed him $10 or something.
Great.
At least it was a biker.
Right. So he was
Well,
gentle.
but again, now you've gone into your adult life looking for these bad boys.
All right,
to
and
make good on what awful trauma.
Because I really want to stay away from that.
All right. Well, then what was the other thing that happened?
Well, when I was when I was 13 years old, I was raped by like 4 guys.
4 guys?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I was being really stupid, and I was walking down a street that I knew better to walk down, but I figured it would just, you know, be really quick, and it would just go. And
Rape Boulevard or something walking down? Yeah, and these guys were neighborhood guys?
I don't know who they were. I'd never seen them before. You know, it was weird. I'd lived there all my life, and I knew it was a bad place to walk through, but it was like a shortcut, you know.
And they, like, abducted you?
They kind of grabbed me and pulled me aside, and...
You didn't know any of these guys?
No, I didn't know them.
And did you call the police?
No.
How come?
No.
No, I went home and...
No, because your dad's an a-hole and he set you up for all this when you're a kid, right?
No, my dad's a really great guy.
No, he's not.
He doesn't know anything about it.
That's why he's a bad guy.
He would freak out. I know he would, and he would, because the guy's not, I didn't tell anybody, so the guy's, around, and he's still my dad's friend, and my dad would just...
Your dad's a wonderful guy. He hangs out with other wonderful guys. Yeah, I mean, listen.
She needs to marry a priest.
Here's what... Oh,
get away from all this,
All right, first off, I can hear it in your voice. I can always hear that little girl voice.
Yeah.
And when you hear a little girl voice in a 20-year-old, it means somebody got hold of her when she was a little girl, and now she's locked in. First off, your dad isn't as great a guy as you think he is. I can guarantee you that. Because his buddy wouldn't have raped you if he was a great guy. He's hanging out with rapist bikers.
Well, I don't think my dad knows.
I don't care if he knows.
I know.
Doesn't matter if he knows. He's hanging out with a guy who sees fit to rape his daughter. You understand?
Yeah.
He has some difficulty selecting friends. Some serious difficulty. Plus, he was a biker. That means he must have done some welding or something. What do you do for a living, your dad?
He built trucks. He was a welder.
That's right.
Trucks.
I know.
You're so good.
I smell flux coming off this guy.
Yeah.
I know all bikers are welders. That's the only thing you can do as a biker. It's not that welding is their profession. Biking is their profession, and welding is sort of their sideline. Jesus Christ. I don't trust this guy. And Sandy, your decision making is all off.
You
okay?
I don't know what to do, though.
All right, don't do anything. Stop dating for a little bit until you get your head screwed on straight. You got to get some counseling for the rape. You got to get some counseling for the molestation when you're a kid.
But if I tell them, won't they do something?
To whom?
Won't they tell people?
Who's they?
The counselor.
What do you think? They have a bullhorn in their office?
Not unless you tell them who did it.
Okay.
Just tell them what happened and work these issues out. And don't date in between.
And quit laughing about it.
Okay?
Too.
Well, it's not funny.
I know. It's just, you're nervous. That's all right. All right, Sandy, listen. You're 20. You got your whole life ahead of you. You really have your whole life ahead of you no matter what age you are, if you break it down. I mean, my grandpa was 94 when he died. At 93 and a half, he had his whole life ahead of him. It just was a half year.
Day before.
Well, 10 minutes before my grandfather kicked off, he had his whole life ahead of him, or what was left of it. But you always do, don't you?
Yes, you do.
All right. So, Sandy has her whole life ahead of her, and she should get some counseling. She should. And stop idealizing her drunken biker welding dad. Drew, do you know what I'm saying about every biker being a welder?
I didn't know that, but I've learned that from you.
It's a dirtbag profession at welding. Scuzzballs. All of them.